This is my all-new 20-horse Mercury short shaft EFI 4-stroke, obviously. I'm just gonna walk you guys through some of the cool features, some of the basics to why I bought this motor compared to other motors out there, and I'm gonna just show you some of those features I'm talking about here in a second. I think when I got this motor, I ended up paying $37.60 total for it after tax from a guy in town. It took 2 weeks to get here. So originally he said it was going to be about 4 weeks, give or take. Compared to a lot of other motors out there right now, that's absolutely nothing. A lot of other motors, if they don't have them physically at the dealership, to order them in, it's going to take you a lot closer to that 6 to maybe 8 week mark. So that's the first thing why I bought this motor. I needed something for the summer, so it was a no-brainer to do the 4 weeks for me before I start getting going with work and stuff like that. So I will walk you through some of the features here. All right, so the first feature we're going to start with is we're going to look at the tiller handle here. So as you can see, I have it offset from the center of the motor. As you can offset it 18 degrees in one direction or the other. So if you're driving on the right or left side, kind of like me, you can adjust it how you like it. The second part of that is the shifter is up here next to the handle, so it's quick and easy access. You don't have to reach way back to get it. I did get electric start, so that's a fantastic feature. Coming back to this throttle here, we do have a throttle adjustment, so it's the tensioner, so you can adjust how easy it is to give yourself some gas. Pretty easy versus how difficult. So if you tighten this way down, it's a lot harder to turn it. You can adjust it on how high you want the motor or the tiller handle. So right here, you just twist this little knob. It gives you adjustment on how high or how low you want it to sit when you're controlling it. The motor does come with an extra kill switch key here, but somehow mine broke, so I got to get a new one. Don't know how that happened.
You hit a rock.
We don't talk about that. Do that, but the current. Shit. Next feature is going to be this port here. So this is a flush port for a hose. So what you can do is unscrew this cap here. I'll show you what it looks like. All right, so here's that port there. So you can just run a hose in there and it flushes out your entire system. So it's just gonna run water through there. You cannot start the motor when your hose is in there and running fluid through it. It will not, you're gonna burn out your motor. It does not engage the fuel pump like it should. The other cool feature with this motor, I'll show you more in the water, but this entire head flexes. So it's gonna have some give when you give it the gas. Kind of unique. It's not all direct like it is on all the other motors. So that head is gonna flex. It's gonna help maintain stability and some of that vibration. And see it kind of flex down. It is EFI, so you can see it there. We'll take the lid off here quick. So what that means is there are no carburetors. You've got your EFI electronic fuel injection right in here. Does come with an oil filter. A lot of that saving weight. This is the, I think they said the lightest 20 horse ever made at 99 pounds for the short shaft. I don't know what the long shaft is. So it's pretty sweet, very manageable. Comes with a 6-gallon gas tank. And I think that's pretty much it. So I can show you more on the water here in a second. Alright, so the next part of the video here, I just want to go over a little bit of a break-in procedure. With any new motor, it's going to be really important that you follow this procedure as close as you can Unfortunately, I was a little bit misled when I got my motor. When I picked it up, the dealer kind of gave me some directions that weren't totally accurate. They weren't inaccurate, but they weren't exactly what the instruction manual said. So when he told me what to do, it kind of raised a few red flags. I looked it up online, compared what he said to what I found online and what the instruction manual said, and it was a little bit different. So it's just important that you guys look into that before you actually start your process. And if you're even doing any other work on the motor, changing your oil, stuff like that, it's just important that you check your instruction manual. That way you're doing everything correctly. So probably take a picture of this and put it in the video as well, highlighting the areas that show the break-in procedure here. The first step for the procedure is, for the first hour of operation, run the engine at varied throttle settings up to 2000 RPM or approximately half throttle. It's going to be really hard not to go up to full throttle. You're going to want to do it right away, but it's important that you don't. I know I was tempted to, but you should really just be careful with that. Slowly start working your motor there, start building up that heat. You want to get a really good seal on your gaskets. So that's for the first hour. This is step 2. Run the engine at varied throttle settings up to 3000 RPMs or at 3/4 throttle, and at full throttle for approximately 1 minute every 10 minutes. So for the second hour of operation, you got 60 minutes. So every 10 minutes you can work up to full throttle and operate at a minute. So you can do that 6 times roughly in that break-in period for the second step. And for the third step is for the next 8 hours of operation. And it is to avoid continuous operation at 5 minutes or more at full throttle. So what this means is you want to get the engine hot. You want to run it for up to that 5-minute period at full throttle if you can, and just kind of back off. Try not to go over that 5-minute period. Get the engine to cool down a little bit, give it a little bit of a break, and then run it back up to that 5 minutes at full throttle. It's really important that you get a good seal on these gaskets, otherwise you're going to end up having a lot of problems with vacuum leaks and stuff like that. So that is the break-in procedure step by step for this engine. Over kind of some of the speeds that I get. I think some people will have some questions over that and kind of what kind of performance I have. So, all right, so now we're going to start talking a little bit about performance here. Just to begin with my boat, it is a 1959 aluminum craft DP. It's 15. It's listed as 15.5 foot, but it's really like 15 foot 9 inches. It's heavy. I mean, it's definitely not a light boat. It's different than your flat bottom or a modified V, but it's fantastic. It can take things like a champ, so I really like it. The boat, with all my gear and myself in there, this motor will push me roughly 25 miles an hour. And I think I was kind of expecting to maybe get 22, 23 by myself. So it's really fantastic to see that it's pushing me faster than I kind of expected. When I have another person in the boat, another full-grown man, or whoever else is in the boat, around that 200-pound range, I get more that 21 to maybe 22 miles an hour. So it's speed-wise, it's fantastic. Performance, it's really nice. It's more than I expected. So at quarter throttle, I get about 10 miles an hour. Half throttle, 12 to 13, maybe 14. 3/4, I'm getting close to 16 to 18, and then full throttle is obviously what I just talked about. That's with two full-grown men. So if you guys have any other questions about what kind of performance I get with the motor, let me know down in the comments below. I'll try to answer some of those questions. It is just a regular, I think it's a 9-pitch prop. That can make a difference. 3-blade 9-pitch prop. That's pretty much it for that, for performance-wise. I'll show you a clip here. And in that clip, you'll just see me in the boat running 25 miles an hour. So here's that for you. I know when I was kind of looking up, trying to figure out what kind of motor to buy, I really wanted to get more information on this Mercury 20 horse. There's some videos on YouTube about it, but not enough in my opinion. So I wanted to make a video and send that to you guys. Overall, no complaints really, other than my engine light has come on a few times. So I don't know exactly what's causing it. I did email my dealer. He has not gotten back to me yet. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think it's just a sensor that's tripping, because when it occurs, there's nothing in the engine that catches my eye. There's nothing going on operational-wise that kind of confuses me. You know, I've had a little bit of work on my fair share of outboards, so I kind of know where to look for those things that go wrong. But you know, the fact that it's still popping on concerns me, and I don't know what's going on. So probably have to run diagnostics on it, and if it's something serious, I'll probably make a part 2 to this video explaining what's going on. Other than that, I've been extremely happy with this motor. Hopefully you all enjoyed this video. Like I said, it was just nice to kind of get a review video out of this motor. And I want you all to know I'm no expert. This is just my opinion on it, running through the things that I've talked about. So if you have any real true questions, it's best that you probably talk to your Mercury Marine dealer and follow your instruction manual. It's a big thing. So like, subscribe if you want, do whatever works for you. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. I do have more fishing videos coming out shortly. I plan on filming a bunch before I start work here in the next month. So, all right, thanks guys.